Welcome, everyone, to another deep dive into the mysteries of Warhammer 40k. Today, we're peeling back the layers of secrecy surrounding one of the most enigmatic and divisive forces in the galaxy, the Alpha Legion. Known for their unparalleled deception and shadowy tactics, the Alpha Legion is as infamous for their loyalty to themselves as they are for their inscrutable motives. Are they the Emperor's secret weapon, Chaos's cunning servants, or something else entirely? In this video, we'll unravel their history, their role in the Horus Heresy, and the secrets that make them the most unpredictable of all the legions. Stick around, because nothing with the Hydra is ever as it seems. Hydra Dominatus, and let's begin! Exploring the secrets of the Alpha Legion, a deeper dive. In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, where betrayal and heroism are separated by a razor-thin line, one legion stands apart for its enigmatic origins and shadowy tactics: the Alpha Legion. Of all the Emperor's creations, they are the most mysterious, their motivations cloaked in layers of deception. Unlike their more famous brothers, who are celebrated in tales of battlefield glory, the Alpha Legion's story is whispered in corridors and shrouded in ambiguity. The Alpha Legion was the last of the 20 Space Marine legions to be reunited with its Primarch. When the Emperor discovered Alpharius, he found a leader unlike any other. While other Primarchs towered over their warriors, embodying the divine power of their genetic father, Alpharius chose a different path. He deliberately blended in with his legionnaires, making himself indistinguishable from them. This wasn't a sign of weakness or insecurity, but a deliberate philosophy. Alpharius believed in the strength of the collective over the individual, a radical departure from the hero worship that defined the other legions. But Alpharius carried a secret that even the Emperor did not initially know: he was not alone. Alpharius had a twin, Omnigon. Together, the two Primarchs forged a partnership that remains unparalleled in the galaxy's history. Their dual leadership was a tactical advantage, creating a web of strategy and redundancy that no single leader could match. It also added a layer of secrecy to their legion that even their closest allies couldn't penetrate. Under Alpharius and Omnigon, the Alpha Legion became a force unlike any other. While the Blood Angels were renowned for their nobility, and the World Eaters for their savage fury, the Alpha Legion thrived in the shadows. They didn't just fight battles, they dismantled their enemy's ability to wage war, often before the first shot was fired. Their tactics relied on subterfuge, sabotage, and psychological warfare, making them a nightmare for any who opposed them. Yet, their methods also made them outcasts among their brother legions. Rogel Dorn, the steadfast and unyielding Primarch of the Imperial Fists, viewed Alpharius with deep suspicion. Dorn believed that the Alpha Legion's reliance on deception was dishonorable, unbefitting of a Space Marine. This tension between the Alpha Legion and their brothers would later play a pivotal role in the events of the Horus Heresy. Masters of Deception. To understand the Alpha Legion, one must first understand their unparalleled mastery of deception. Unlike the Ultramarines, who relied on meticulous planning and discipline, or the Iron Hands, who sought strength through technological superiority, the Alpha Legion's strength lay in their ability to manipulate and mislead. Their tactics were as varied as they were insidious. In one infamous campaign, the Alpha Legion infiltrated an enemy stronghold disguised as loyalist Imperial forces. By the time the defenders realized the truth, it was too late. The fortress's defenses were sabotaged, and the gates were wide open for the real assault. This wasn't an isolated incident but a hallmark of their strategy. The Alpha Legion didn't just win battles, they made their enemies lose before the fighting even began. One of their most effective weapons was false intelligence. Imagine a planetary governor receiving reports of an Orc Waak bearing down on their world. In response, the governor mobilizes every available resource to defend against the threat. But the Waak doesn't exist. It was a fabrication planted by the Alpha Legion. While the defenders waste their time and energy preparing for a phantom enemy, the Alpha Legion strikes at their true target: undefended supply lines, critical infrastructure, or vulnerable leadership. Their ability to sow chaos extended beyond the battlefield. The Alpha Legion often used propaganda and psychological manipulation to turn allies against one another. In one recorded instance, they planted forged orders that led to an internal conflict within an Imperial Council. By the time the truth was uncovered, the damage was done, the Council was in disarray, and the planet was ripe for invasion. The Alpha Legion's operatives weren't limited to Astartes. They cultivated vast networks of human agents, informants, and even xenos collaborators. These agents often had no idea they were working for the Alpha Legion, receiving their orders through layers of intermediaries. This web of deception made the Legion nearly impossible to track or counter. Even the Inquisition, with all its resources, struggled to unravel their schemes. They turned to chaos, or did they? The Horus Heresy is one of the darkest chapters in the Imperium's history, a time when brother turned against brother, and the galaxy was plunged into civil war. The Alpha Legion's role in this conflict remains one of its greatest mysteries. On the surface, they appeared to side with Horus, joining the traitor legions in their rebellion against the Emperor. But as with everything involving the Alpha Legion, the truth is far from simple. One theory suggests that Alpharius and Omegon's decision to join Horus was part of a grand deception orchestrated by the Emperor himself. According to this interpretation, the Alpha Legion's apparent betrayal was a calculated move to infiltrate the forces of chaos and undermine them from within. This theory is supported by fragments of records that hint at a secret mission given to Alpharius by the Emperor, one so secret that not even his brothers could know about it. Another possibility is that Alpharius and Omegon genuinely believed in Horus' vision. To them, the Emperor's rule may have seemed authoritarian and flawed. Horus, with his promise of freedom from the Emperor's tyranny, could have represented a better future for humanity. If this is true, their decision to side with Horus wasn't a betrayal, but a calculated choice to support what they believed was the lesser of two evils. Then there's the third, and perhaps most unsettling, possibility, that the Alpha Legion served no one but themselves. As masters of deception, it's entirely plausible that Alpharius and Omegon manipulated both sides of the heresy to advance their own agenda. What that agenda might be is anyone's guess, as the Alpha Legion thrives on ambiguity. The death of Alpharius. One of the most pivotal and debated moments in the Alpha Legion's shadowy history is the supposed death of Alpharius. During the Horus Heresy, the noble robot Guilliman, Primarch of the Ultramarines, faced Alpharius in a climactic confrontation. Guilliman claimed victory in single combat, striking down the leader of the Alpha Legion. Yet, as with all things involving the Alpha Legion, this event is shrouded in doubt and ambiguity. The question remains, was it truly Alpharius who fell that day? Conflicting accounts suggest a different story. Some records propose that it was Omegon, Alpharius' secret twin, who perished in the fight. Others whisper that neither of the twin Primarchs died, and that Guilliman was deceived, a pawn in the Alpha Legion's endless game of misdirection. Even Guilliman himself reportedly questioned whether he had truly vanquished the Legion's leader or been caught in yet another of their intricate schemes. This calculated ambiguity was no accident. The Alpha Legion's commitment to anonymity ensured that even in death, their Primarchs could continue to sow confusion. In the aftermath of this supposed loss, the Legion did not falter. Instead, they adapted. Operatives throughout the Legion began to refer to themselves as Alpharius, a move that solidified their philosophy of collective identity. By erasing the individuality of their leadership, they rendered themselves immune to decapitation strikes. If every legionnaire was Alpharius, then none of them truly were. This shift also had a chilling psychological effect on their enemies. How could one fight an enemy who could be anyone and everyone? By the 41st millennium, the Alpha Legion's decentralized structure had become their most potent weapon, making it impossible for even the most resourceful Imperial forces to fully dismantle their operations. The Alpha Legion today. In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, the Alpha Legion remains as enigmatic and unpredictable as ever. Operating in the shadows, they are a constant thorn in the side of the Imperium, Chaos, and even Xenos factions. Their true purpose, if it can be called that, is known only to themselves, and perhaps not even to all within their own ranks. One of the Legion's most remarkable traits is their adaptability. They infiltrate Imperial institutions, embedding themselves within the very systems meant to protect humanity. From there, they manipulate events, turning loyal servants of the Emperor into unwitting pawns in their schemes. Their reach extends beyond the Imperium as well. On more than one occasion, they have collaborated with Chaos warbands, not out of loyalty to the ruinous powers, but to further their own inscrutable objectives. They have even been known to strike alliances with xenos factions, leveraging their resources to achieve goals that remain hidden from all but the Alpha Legion's highest echelons. One infamous operation serves as a chilling example of their capabilities. In a single campaign, the Alpha Legion destabilized an entire Imperial sector by inciting rebellion on multiple worlds simultaneously. They used propaganda, sabotage, and assassination to ignite uprisings that stretched the sector's defenses to their breaking point. By the time the Imperium responded with overwhelming force, the Alpha Legion had already vanished, leaving a trail of chaos in their wake. Their ability to disappear without a trace only adds to their legend. What makes the Alpha Legion truly terrifying is their unpredictability. Are they loyalists, covertly working to weaken chaos from within, as some theories suggest? Are they fully devoted to the ruinous powers, spreading destruction in their name? Or are they pursuing an agenda entirely their own, one that defies categorization? The truth is elusive, and that very elusiveness is their greatest strength. The legacy of the Hydra. The Alpha Legion's legacy is one of intrigue, betrayal, and unanswered questions. They are the unseen hand guiding events from the shadows, the manipulators who turn allies into enemies and sow discord wherever they tread. Their impact on the galaxy is undeniable, even if their motives remain a mystery. To their enemies, the Alpha Legion is a nightmare. How can one fight an adversary that thrives on secrecy, that can strike anywhere and vanish without a trace? Even within the Imperium, they are spoken of in hushed tones, their name evoking both fear and fascination. They embody the grim reality of the Warhammer 40k universe, that in a galaxy defined by war, deception is as deadly a weapon as any bolter or blade. Their story is a reminder of the power of secrecy, and the fine line between loyalty and treachery. For 10,000 years, they have remained an enigma, their actions defying simple explanation. Are they villains, heroes, or something in between? The Alpha Legion thrives on this ambiguity, using it as a weapon against those who would seek to understand or oppose them. As long as the Hydra rises, the truth of the Alpha Legion will remain hidden. But perhaps that is their greatest weapon, the ability to be anything and everything, depending on what the galaxy needs. In the end, their greatest strength is not their deception or their strategies, but the fact that no one, not even the Alpha Legion itself, truly knows their ultimate purpose. So, let's wrap up the video here. The Alpha Legion remains one of the most enigmatic and fascinating forces in the Warhammer 40k universe, a legion shrouded in mystery, thriving on deception, and challenging everything we think we know about loyalty and treachery. If you enjoyed this dive into the secrets of the Hydra, don't forget to leave a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel for more Warhammer lore. Your support helps us explore more of the 40k universe and its countless stories. Until next time, stay vigilant and remember, Hydra Dominatus.